We're back after the break. Ladies and gents, you are listening to WLXU 93.9 FM. Radio Lex, What's Next Kentucky Radio. Malik, I told you, man, we're going to have a big guest. We got two of them. We don't got just one, so that's a surprise, man. We got two of them, man. Els Bentley, DDOT, also known as Darian Edwards, also known as DDOT, shot by DDOT if you see him on social media. Els Bentley, the one and only, man. Welcome to What's Next Kentucky Radio. Appreciate y'all for coming on, man. It's a pleasure to have you on. Malik, man, I'm excited, man, to have these guys on, man. Are you?
Yeah, for sure. You know, already did some work on some different with Els, you know, and now we got DDOT in here today.
Yeah, shout out, man.
Anytime we get a guest on the show,
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, man. Family's grown for sure, man. I see you got something special with you, man. You got the trophy with you.
I got Winona with me. Man. Her name's Winona, aka Winnie.
Winnie, man. Crazy story, because I was actually with you guys. I remember that day. These guys, Els and DDOT, they brainstorm. You know, they're always working on ways to innovate themselves and innovate their craft, man. So they have these conversations, and I was lucky to be a part of one, at least listening to what they're talking about. And I remember you guys talking about the trophy and how great of an idea that Els would walk around with that trophy and how much it could be.
We was talking.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah.
After I got done doing the photo shoot.
Exactly. How much it can be a marketing tool for you guys, man. How has that been for you guys? Everybody
exactly that, bro. It's literally, it's been just that. People just gravitate towards it, and they just want to know, like, what did you win? Like,
exactly.
That's the question everybody asks. Like, what did you win? And then it allows me to, like, explain the brand and explain that, I do music. And these are my album covers. This, my brand is about winning. Our brand is about winning, persevering, bouncing back, turning the losses into lessons, all that. So I get to talk to them about all that. It's like taking your kid to the mall and trying to get girls. It's like that. You're taking Winnie with us
you only lose
to push the vision.
I love it because it's Malik, it's a unique way to start a conversation.
No,
right?
for sure.
No,
like you said, just the brand promotion.
I don't even got to start it. They started.
They started.
Hey, what did you win?
People, it's like it's so against the social norm. Like, what's you walking around with this trophy? Then I start drinking out of it. Like
oh, you drinking out of it? Okay, what's going on?
Water.
It reminds me of when Jadakiss had the bust, the top 5 that are alive. And he had the bust.
Then you had to do shit like stuff like that.
Where do y'all come up with these ideas, man? Like, obviously y'all have such a close relationship, but like, how do y'all do this normally, or y'all like, man, what can we do to be better every day?
Every day.
Yeah, you want to dive into it because really he be like pushing me.
He does, and a lot of people don't know that. Like he's like DDOT is really behind the scenes.
I mean, just being a student of the game and loving something is just like when you a fan. I was a fan of him first, so it's just like okay, when you study the game and you like rap and you feel me, how stuff goes, and you look at it from a bird's eye view, and you like, okay, you should do this, you should do that, and then you learn the DNA of the person or of the artist. And when I'm always with him, I'm always around, I ask him what he likes all the time, so we have to have those conversations.
At first I was like, bro, what you mean? I like what you mean? I like this. What we doing right now? Then it's just over time I was like, okay, I get it. He's just like, what do you like? Like, he wants me to be more in tune with myself. Like, how can we separate ourselves? How can we be better? Like, it's always an ever like growing thing. But at first I was like, man, what is this man talking about? It used to leave me a little frustrated.
That's love, though. That's love. You know why that's love? He ain't just thinking about himself. He's just like, man,
I love him. I love him for it, bro. I love him for it. I was just confused at first because nobody's ever like really done that.
I mean, he's one of the big,
you don't see that a lot.
That's one of the big reasons I picked up a camera in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's like, you feel me? It just has to. It just gotta elevate. I'm big on like elevation and trying to
putting those things, those actions, those thoughts to actual physical form.
Yeah. When we first met, though, like, quick story, like, Dot used to just sit in the studio with me for hours. Like, I was recording myself. He would just sit there. He wouldn't say much of nothing. And then he was like, man, got the camera. then it's like he's always just evolved and always wanted to be around me, and that means the world to me. Yeah. So eventually it was just like, okay, this dude he know me probably more than I know me for real, because he don't watch me do everything and said nothing.
He sees something in you.
Yeah, no, for sure. And reciprocated too, though. I believe in him.
I always
same
wanted
way.
to be around cool stuff. So when I first started hanging around him and his friends, I was just like, oh, they cool. I'm messing with it. I don't care if I'm just a fly on the wall. I'm over here and I'm taking stuff they doing. I'm going back to school like, hey, this is the cool thing. Like, this is cool.
He was the sponge in the room.
People in high school not doing that, so I'm just like, okay, I'm first one to do something like this.
Exactly.
And I'm getting it from. That's just how it goes.
You're getting free game.
Yeah,
Free game.
Free game.
You're like, how you know about that? Like, I already know about that.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing,
dope,
man.
That's dope. The relationship is definitely there, because I met DDOT through Els.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, first time I met Els,
Sure.
DDOT was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know the relationship is always going to be there, man. Let's talk a little bit about the future. Like, any upcoming projects you guys got coming up. I know you're expanding more in your portfolio. I'm sorry, I can't speak today, y'all. Portfolio. But yeah, talk a little bit about that.
I'm just trying to really continue to build my portfolio and do work with artists. The stuff I enjoy the most is working with artists, helping people bring their visions to life, and especially with music artists like Els, bring a life and help them sell and brand their vision and their songs. And obviously with build my portfolio, I'm figuring out different ways that I want to go about my access to other people, because the whole process with booking and stuff is kind of like trial and error with how you want to do it, how I want to showcase my portfolio. Yeah. But my magnus opus is I want to eventually go into doing like projects as far as like a gallery, making books, you feel me, making my own products.
Oh wow, making books.
Yeah. I love photography, books like coffee table books and stuff where you can just showcase your work. Somebody picks it up.
His work is impeccable, bro.
I got a question that I never asked before. Bro, did you always love photography, or did you just grow to love it? Like, I don't never think I took the time to sit there. He just picked up a camera one day, and then he just was good at it in a year.
People always tell me, like, when I would go out with my cousins and stuff, like, everybody, like, I'm not posting a picture unless you take it, even if it was just on the iPhone. Yeah. I guess I just took good pictures. Yeah. So it's just like,
that's a skill.
That's a skill. Like, every weekend, I knew every one of my friends, I'm taking the pictures. Like, okay. You're not taking
for sure. I know a lot of
it
females.
Just blossomed into, and they be like, then if you remember, it started with the Polaroid.
Yeah, the Polaroid. Yeah.
It was right before the pandemic. It was right before the pandemic. I got a Polaroid camera, and I'm like, what if I was on some stuff? You know how you go through phases? Oh, what if the internet shut down tomorrow? I need something tangible. So during the pandemic, I started taking Polaroids. So I would go outside. I remember they had the X's on the basketball goals. I was taking pictures of that stuff, and I got those pictures at you feel me? I can alley-oop that to my first book is gonna be like of Polaroids. And a lot of them from that time, like the pandemic where stuff was boarded up. Like, I signed it all back then because I knew I wanted to do something with them eventually. So it says like basketball court 2020 pandemic. Like, so I'm eventually gonna put out a book of nothing but Polaroids because that's really how it started.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's different, man. Not a lot of people's doing that.
Yeah,
not a lot of people's doing that, man. I respect that. Let's get a little bit into like your techniques. Like, do you have any like what really stood out to me is like Els is like how you picked up the camera and then you got good.
Yeah.
Like, did you go to school for it? Like
YouTube University.
Gosh. You can't go wrong with
I ain't gonna say I'm a graduate because it's never ending. Like, I probably got a YouTube video pulled up on my phone right now of some photography stuff.
You learn anything?
Always learning.
Yeah, always.
You learn anything on YouTube?
Bro be in the lab, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
He be in the lab.
Yeah, you remember I told you I was watching game film?
Yeah, when I be hitting him up, he's like, "What you on?" He's like, "Watching game film."
Game fit like
be
what?
like, all right.
For basketball, football?
No, like-
analogy.
Like he be watching
like
photography
watching
videos.
YouTube. So it's
Like learning. He's
I'm
watching his game film. Going through his pictures, like being like, I could have did that
Like,
better.
no matter what it is, you gotta put in work.
That's tough work, bro.
Always want to be better, man.
Yeah.
Love that, man.
And you gotta love it to do it this much. I'm telling you.
For sure, man. Now you've been doing it so long. Like, what's the best lesson that you've learned, man? What's the best lesson that you? But this could be both for both of y'all. Els, I know you got a lot of wisdom that you want to share as well. Both of y'all, what are y'all? Some of your best lessons that you guys have
You can
learned?
go first.
I mean, the biggest lesson is just like, if you want it, you better set the time aside and like realize that it, like, you just can't quit. Like, you just cannot quit. Like, it's gonna be like ups and downs. Just, it's like, if you want it bad enough, you won't quit. Like, it's the only advice I can really give you is don't quit.
Don't quit.
Like that's the lesson in it all.
For
like,
sure,
some
bro.
people, everybody's route is different. So
Yeah, I
you
agree,
can't
I
get
agree.
discouraged. Like, just keep going.
Yeah,
Like,
I like that.
Like-
Agreed.
Like,
Agreed.
I mean, I'm sure if we talked for, like, we could get into some different stuff, but the main thing is like just that.
Yeah,
I
don't
can't
quit.
tell you what to do because we different. Like,
Yeah.
I can't.
Everybody got different
Yeah,
pathways.
I can't.
but
I can't really
Yeah,
do you and don't quit.
for sure. Man. For sure. Agreed. What about you, man?
My biggest one is probably know yourself, and you feel me. If you live by the cheers, you die by the booze. So it's just like,
Even kill.
yeah, it's like keep working. Because to me, if you stay in the middle of live by the cheer, you'll live by the cheers, you die by the booze. If you live in the middle, then you really can't stop.
You think
You
okay?
can't stop because you gonna always think you need to be better. So it's like you just gotta keep going.
Gotta get better.
Is that how y'all look at it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Even kill.
Okay.
Like, even when
Stay in
people's
the middle.
commenting under my pictures, whatever, it's like I'll reply, but I don't really like
Get too crazy. Yeah.
like,
Get too in my head
me?
about it. You know what I mean?
You feel like you could do better. Do you ever look at like your old photos and be like, man, what?
I mean, photography's a weird thing. I'll just go back and re-edit it. Like,
Good point.
I'll just look at something like, hey, I could have did better on this, and I'll go back.
and do it.
I'm gonna re-edit it how I see stuff now. Because if you constantly learning, you gotta go do that. Because it's like it's a perspective thing.
Right.
Like it's like, okay, I see how I thought 9 months ago, but how would I edit this picture now that I've learned this, that, and the third.
Right.
Like,
'Cause I know it'd be different.
stuff like that makes you
It
better.
would be different from the music industry where you could listen to your old music from before and be like, man, I would attack that song so different
Yeah.
if I had it now.
But a lot of the times, we don't be putting stuff out as musicians, so you can just change it and then
Right.
put the song out because it's only owed to you.
Yeah.
If you ain't like,
Yeah, because it's never been out.
it's never been out. But also, even like on the local level, like, you don't stop pushing that song. If you really believe in that song, like, who's to say that you should stop pushing it because it's been out for 3 months? Nobody's heard it in the grand scheme of things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could just rework it if you want to. Like,
For sure.
it's the same. Like, it's kind of the same. You know, it's
Nah, it
really
makes
kind of the same. Like,
With that, I got my own curiosity question. Like, I know, like, artists, musicians always known for sitting on large catalogs. Like, how many songs do you think you sitting on that you have not released that people heard?
That you actually
That
like.
they haven't
that
heard?
I actually like too. No, I'm playing. nah, like, I mean,
'Cause I'm sure you got some collabs that's just unreleased.
less than like in reality, less than 100, more than 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere between there, probably more than 60.
And that's over
Maybe
how long?
Oh shit,
Maybe.
5 years.
Yeah.
6
5
years.
years. Okay.
5 years, but then there's a bunch of them that I don't like.
Yeah.
So like catalog, I guess, saying like somebody could technically finish them.
Yeah.
A lot.
You ever like?
Like probably like to 200. But I'm very critical and just like, hey, it just gotta feel right.
Does that liking ever change for you? Like, just say you.
Yeah, I'll go back to a song and be like, oh, I was tripping.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why I leave it be sometimes. We come back to it.
So maybe I'm sick. Maybe I'm not
I was
right.
tripping. that was fire.
I do
that was
pictures all the time.
It was fire.
I might go to sleep. Remember, I always tell him when I'm editing his stuff, I'm like, bro, I'm terrible. I don't
Yeah, you'll go through that, bro.
And then I'll go to sleep, and next morning I'm like, hey, bro, these are the best pictures I ever edited in my life. You feel me? Like, I'll just
when he go
sleep.
through that, I'll just be like, bro, just think about it tomorrow. Like, just sleep on it, bro.
He be like, just stop and work on it tomorrow. I was like, that's what I was gonna do anyway, bro. Like,
but yeah, no, it's art is just so subjective, bro. Yeah. It's just like even to the artist.
But that's why, to me, with art, it's literally just about you. The more you know yourself, the more authentic it can be.
Yeah.
So and you just gotta keep getting to know yourself and know what you like and know I know I don't like this. I know I like this. So that just makes the art more authentic because it's you.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people that make art don't really know themselves.
Right.
So if you don't know yourself, it's just gonna look like who you think, whatever you consume.
It's not authentic.
It's not authentic.
But see, that's why as growing as an artist and stuff, like I'm right now know myself more than ever than 2 weeks ago. So two things is why it is kind of different. Like it's kind of hard to put you got to put music out for the moment, or you're gonna sit on it because you're ever growing, ever evolving as a person.
Right.
And two, what was
It's a catch-22.
What did you say? I'll remember in a second because it was the second part of that where he was like, I don't know. Just keep the convo
Just
moving.
being authentic and knowing yourself.
Yeah. It was being authentic and knowing yourself. But I had
just stuff you learned in the last 2 weeks. We just talked about it before we got in there.
Oh yeah. You like I know myself more now than just like a couple weeks ago. That's not a bad thing. You just
nah. That's good.
Every day,
good.
like. Yeah.
For sure.
You growing, man. Some people take so long for them to even like notice change or anything like that, man.
Yeah.
But we got to wrap this thing up, man, because we run out of time, man.
Yes, sir.
Els Bentley.
I had a good time, bro.
For sure, man. For sure,
Gotta
man.
finish this on the pod.
Nah, we're gonna have to do something like that again, man. Get another rerun episode. Yeah, for sure, man. Man, I appreciate you guys for coming on What's Next Kentucky Radio. Y'all make sure y'all give him a follow on social media accounts. Shot by DDOT. If you want to book him, just check out his social media. He's all over Instagram. Go ahead, man. You pitch it. Where can people find you?
So shoot me a DM.
Shoot him a DM.
It's Shot by DDOT on everything. So DM me on there, or you can email me at shotbydot859@gmail.com.
Yes, sir. You Els, man. You go ahead. Let him know.
At Els Bentley on everything. That's ELZ Bentley like the car.
Bentley like the car, man. I appreciate y'all.
With the trophy, asking what'd he win?
What I win, man.
Man, what's next? What's next?
For sure. What's next, man? You guys listening to WLXU 93.9 FM. We signing off, man. We back next Thursday. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm back too.
Got it. You just